Welcome to Swakeleys School Maths Department. You may be a current student at Swakeleys or looking to join us. I hope that this will be informative either way. The exam board that we follow is Edexcel, and as you can see, the courses that we have here are the AS Mathematics and A-Level. So at the end of year 12, students will be entered in for the AS course, and then if you wish to carry on to year 13, you can do the A-Level. That is different from other schools. Many schools don't give you that AS option. As you can see, we also offer AS Further Mathematics and also the full Further Maths. There is a separate video if you would like to know more about that. There are two parts to our entry requirements to study A-Level Maths. The first is looking at your GCSE grade, and the second element is to pass our algebra test. So ideally, we'd like you to have achieved a grade 7 or higher at GCSE, but in certain circumstances, it may be if you can demonstrate you've got strong algebra skills, we will accept you on a grade 6. All students need to pass this algebra assessment, and there's nothing here trying to catch you out. It is all of the content from GCSE algebra. We will be in our induction days running through the particulars, giving a bit of revision there, and then the assessment happens in the summer term. We will write to all students and let you know what your strengths and weaknesses are and how you got on with that. If you should get a grade 7 or more, but for whatever reason didn't do so well in the algebra test, we give you another opportunity in September to have a go to show that you've got the algebra skills that are required. Even if you've met the required standard, we think it's important to give you feedback so that you can do some studying over the summer and therefore start your A-level course in as strong a position as possible. Maths is of course a subject that you've been learning throughout your school career, but I think it's important that you've got some idea of what the specifics are for A-Level Maths, and I'll run through those three types of study now. Pure mathematics is the skills-based part of our maths. Some of that is very familiar to you. You've studied a lot of algebra in the past and things like trigonometry. And we take those ideas much further. We will do some deeper analysis of looking at how sequences and series work, and also look at key things like differentiation and integration. You might have heard of calculus, that's all with that, and that is such an important part of A-Level Maths that can be applied to lots of different areas in maths and physics and in industry generally. One way in which your math skills can be applied into a more practical context is statistics. And again, statistics is something that will be new to you. You will have studied some of this looking at data at GCSE level. You will have also looked at things like correlation when you've looked at scatter diagrams, so we will take that a little bit more in depth. And then there's some things that might be new to you, different distributions, the normal distribution, binomial distribution, and then looking at something called hypothesis testing. The second way in which your mathematics can be applied is to mechanics. You won't have done much of this in GCSE maths, but you will be familiar with some of these concepts from work that you'll have done in your physics. So you can see that the vectors that we study in pure maths are used to solve some mechanics problems. Kinematics looks at things moving, and statics is looking at things that are remaining stationary. You may well have come across moments in your physics again, looking at turning forces. The last three on the list there, looking at work, energy, power and collisions, is the part of the Further Maths course, and if you're interested in that, then as I say, watch the video on Further Maths. So a lot of what I've spoken to you about is looking at A-Level Maths in general, but what I'd like to talk to you about now is why Swakeleys School, what makes us a fantastic option for you to study your A-Level Maths. We have an experienced team of maths teachers, and by that I mean an experienced team of people that have taught A-Level Maths for a number of years and have skills across the specification. We have small class sizes, and so therefore we really believe that you can get the benefit of our support when you're in a class size that isn't too large. As I mentioned earlier in this video, The sitting of AS exams at the end of year 12 is really quite beneficial. It might seem that that's not great to have to take more exams, we don't want to put you under the pressure, but what it does do is it really focuses you to make sure you've consolidated all of year 12. And as I'm sure you know, maths builds on the things that you've done before, and so if you've got the building blocks of your A level in place, that tends to lead to successful outcomes A2. It also, of course, gives you the opportunity to be able to just do an AS in maths. So if you're interested in just doing a little bit more maths, but you're not absolutely certain that you want to do the full AS, then the fact that we enter you for an AS at the end of year 12 does allow you to keep your options open. And that is quite a unique selling point in the local area for you to come to Swakeleys. We are dedicated teachers, and we want to make sure that you're getting feedback. So, for example, each assessment that you have detailed feedback. We'll make you aware of how you can make those improvements, and we're committed to supporting you right throughout your course. The final thing I'd like to do is to share with you the success of the students who've taken A-level maths at Swakeleys. As you can see, what we have here is a summary of what's happened in 2019 and 2022. As you're aware, the exam series didn't quite happen in the same way in the COVID years, but these are based on external exam results. So we have that track record of over half of our students get an A or an A star. So there is a lot of success stories within the department that we are super proud of our students. We don't want you to just take our word for it, so also available on the website are some of the views of our students. We'd love you to take a look at that as well. If you'd like to contact the school with any questions, you're very welcome to do so. Thanks for listening.